Are you looking for the best 85-inch and 83-inch TVs? In this video we will look at some of the 4 best TVs on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. TCL 85-inch QM7 QLED 4K TV. When it comes to overall value for your dollar, TCL's QM7 QLED is the best 85-inch TV for most people. Though we typically recommend OLED models, like the Samsung S90 series, as the top pick in our other best TV guides, OLEDs at this screen size jump up dramatically in price, and many are missing color and brightness features found on their smaller counterparts. An OLED will still deliver the best overall image quality, but at this size, the QM7 QLED balances price and performance better than the competition. The 85-inch QM7 is often available for $1,500, an excellent price for such a big display with these specifications. The QM7 gets incredibly bright while maintaining high contrast and solid black levels. To accomplish this, the display uses a mini LED backlight with local dimming. Mini LEDs were not used in TCL's previous Q7 model, and their inclusion this time around helps the QM7 deliver a notably brighter image than its predecessor. We measured a peak of around 1,700 nits, which is more than enough to enjoy the full benefits of most high dynamic range (HDR) content. Intense highlights, like explosions, pop from the screen. Black levels are also deep with very minimal blooming, halos around bright objects. However, we did notice some light bleed and backlight patchiness here and there, which is something that pricier OLED TVs don't suffer from. When reviewing the QM7, we also encountered some slight issues with stuttering motion in some streaming apps and a few isolated glitches with settings, but nothing that we consider a deal breaker. General navigation with the TV's Google TV interface is snappy and reliable. However, buyers should note that the QM7's viewing angles are fairly narrow. This means that colors and contrast distort if you sit toward the side of the screen. Likewise, TCL's processing isn't as advanced as other brands, so lower quality sources like cable TV and HD streaming don't look as clean and sharp as we've seen on pricier TVs. If you want a better looking 85-inch QLED with superior off-axis viewing and processing, we recommend Samsung's more expensive QN90D. Otherwise, you'll need to pay even more for an OLED like the Samsung S90C or S90D. At number 2. TCL 85-inch Q65 QLED 4K TV. The best 85-inch TVs don't come cheap. Even basic models rarely dip below $800, and those sets make many performance sacrifices to get that cheap. However, the TCL Q65 is a bit of an outlier. For a typical sale price of under $1,000, this 85-inch display manages to offer wide color support and a fast 120Hz refresh rate, which are rare to find in a set so big and affordable. Other options that cost a bit less, like the Hisense S7 and the step-down TCL S series, use regular LED panels without quantum dots, which limits their color volume and brightness performance. But the Q65 is capable of more vibrant and accurate HDR images. The 85-inch Q65 also has a refresh rate of 120Hz with VRR and can even support up to 144Hz when paired with a PC. The smaller versions of this display lack that feature, and this is another perk that's nearly unheard of for this price at this size. The TV's high refresh rate enables smoother gameplay when hooked up to a compatible console, like the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Of course, the Q65 still has limitations compared to pricier TVs. The panel's viewing angles are narrow, so picture quality takes a big hit if you sit to the side of the screen. This is common for most TVs in this class, so if viewing angles are a priority over color gamut and refresh rate, we recommend going with an alternative budget model like the 86-inch LG UQ75. While brighter than some cheaper 85-inch sets, the Q65 is notably dimmer than our other recommendations on this list. It maxes out at around 400 nits, which is under the 600 nit range we recommend as a starting place for budget HDR performance. It's also missing local dimming, so it can't adjust light output across different zones on the screen. This leads to elevated black levels and lower contrast compared to step-up models, like the TCL QM7. For most screen sizes, our go-to budget pick is the Hisense U6N, which has local dimming. But the 85-inch version of that TV is typically more expensive than we'd like, and it's limited to a 60Hz refresh rate. As it stands, the Q65 is the best 85-inch TV in its class, but that could change if the U6N's price comes down consistently. At number 3. Samsung 83-inch S90C OLED 4K TV. Samsung's 83-inch S90C OLED costs more than many similarly sized QLED TVs, like the QM7, but its picture quality is a step above. The S90C delivers an infinite contrast ratio with deeper black levels and wider viewing angles than any QLED, leading to a notable upgrade in overall image performance, especially if you like to watch TV in a dim home theater. We still think our top pick, the TCL QM7 QLED, is a better overall value at this size, but if you're willing to spend more, this mid-range OLED has key perks. In a darkroom, the S90C's pixel-level contrast control outmatches any QLED we've reviewed, offering one of the best movie-watching experiences you can get from an 83-inch TV. Though not as bright as the QM7 or LG's more expensive G4 OLED, the S90C still gets bright enough for most needs. However, unlike smaller versions of the S90C, the 83-inch model does not use quantum dots. This means bright colors won't look quite as vivid as they do on the 77-, 65-, and 55-inch sizes. And while smaller S90C models do support a 144Hz refresh rate with a PC, the 83-inch S90C maxes out at 120Hz. This will still enable high frame rate support on consoles like the PS5 but could be a drawback for dedicated PC gamers. On the other hand, the S90C has the bonus of supporting the Xbox Game Pass app directly through its Smart TV interface. With this app, Game Pass members can stream Xbox games without a console. No other TV brands support built-in access to Game Pass. When it comes to HDR format support, the S90C is compatible with HDR10 and HDR10+, but not Dolby Vision. Dolby Vision and HDR10+ offers similar performance, but Dolby Vision is more widespread on streaming services. Check out our HDR TV guide for more details on each format. Samsung also sells a newer version of this TV called the S90D. Though we recommend the S90D as a top pick in other sizes, the 83-inch model is more expensive than its S90C counterpart, and it doesn't offer a big upgrade. While it remains in stock for less money, the S90C is the better buy. At number 4. LG 83-inch G4 OLED 4K TV. LG's 83-inch G4 OLED is the ultimate high-end TV in this size. It's the most advanced OLED available at 83 inches, besting the overall picture quality of all our other picks. Of course, it also has the highest price tag of any TV you'll find in this guide. First things first, buyers should note that the 83-inch G4 is designed with wall mounting in mind. So much so that it doesn't include a traditional TV stand. Instead, you get a bracket that lets you mount it flush to your wall with virtually no gap. It looks beautiful hung up this way, but you can buy a stand separately if wall mounting isn't an option for your room. Outside its elegant style, the G4 is a picture-quality powerhouse. Using LG's latest OLED Evo panel, it offers all the benefits that OLEDs are known for, including an infinite contrast ratio, perfect black levels that disappear into a darkroom, and wide viewing angles so you get a great image no matter where you sit. In addition, the 83-inch G4 incorporates MLA, micro-lens array, technology to boost its brightness. This feature was missing from the 83-inch edition of LG's older G3 model, and it enables a sizable upgrade in luminance over competing 83-inch OLEDs, like the Samsung S90C. During our tests, we measured a peak of around 1,550 nits on the 65-inch G4, which should carry over to the 83-inch option. Though Samsung's S95D OLED can get brighter in short bursts, that model is not available in 83 inches. As it stands, the 83-inch G4 is the brightest OLED you can get in such a large screen size, and it delivers gorgeous HDR highlights while maintaining great performance even in rooms with a lot of light. LG's WebOS Smart TV interface rounds out the package with solid navigation speed, access to every major streaming app, and nice perks like hands-free voice control and a remote that supports motion controls. You can navigate menus by waving the remote at the screen to move a virtual cursor. Our top pick, the TCL QM7 QLED, still delivers a better price-to-performance ratio, and our mid-range OLED pick, the Samsung S90C, offers similar contrast capabilities for less money. But, if budget isn't a concern and you want the most impressive image quality you can get at this size, the LG G4 is the best 83-inch TV there is.